Rolling.
Alright, birthday Howard.
Birthday Howard.
Birthday Awashai.
Birthday Awashai.
Birthday Howard.
Birthday Howard.
Birthday Awashai.
Birthday Awashai.
Allah Imai Yahalba Shemi-Awashai.
Kahalam Yahaba Shemi Awashai. Bashim Kakadash.
Alright, of course, giving double honors to our apostles and elder bishops, the great millstone that held the brothers, right, and the younger Akim that are in this truth, alright, of course, doing the truth, of course, lawfully, striving lawfully, alright, towards the mastery, the mercy, Yahalba Shemi-Awashai, and of course, giving a shalom to the elect out there, you know, scattered abroad. All right, that's what this is all about. It's about the elect. We're the Great Millstone Plaintables Camp located here in the city of Philadelphia. Coming again with another street teaching out here in, of course, West Philly in the park. All right. So, you know, I'm just going to meditate on different things that have been going about. All right. First, you get a spiritual man judging all things. Okay. And this time it's going to be very, very spiritual. All right. A lot of things the Lord, Yahalba Shemi-Awashai, speaking to us, all right, and you got to be spiritual to be able to discern, but to acknowledge it, all right. Get also the Jewish we talk about most high speaking once, twice, got it?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah. So this is First Corinthians. This is 1 Corinthians 2, verse 14. It says, "But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of Yahweh, for they are foolish unto him. Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned."
Right. Yeah. A natural man is a man that is carnal. All right. A man that's living, of course, in the flesh. All right. Which this world is fashioned after your lust in your flesh, the things that is to entice your desires. You know, things that a lot of things are actually unlawful. All right. Of course, you look at the whole image of the beast. All right, of this Roman system. All right. Loads of it, of course, is going after, of course, money. All right. For the love of money is the root of all evil. Going after, of course, women, adultery. All right. Idol worship. Okay. Of course, trusting in the system of oppression. Of course, the various politics and such. Okay. You know, seeking saving outside of the Lord. All right. Well, we of course supposed to always be seeking unto the Lord our power. All right. So, continue on.
Yep. Verse 15. "But he that is spiritual judges all things, yet he himself is judge of no man."
Right. And so he that spiritual judges all things. Okay. So all, of course, of what's going on called the Barium, all things what's in the earth, you know, we gonna discern it spiritually, you know, just from the most minute thing is of us being even under a tree, all right, you know, and like it's like a shade or a protection over us, all right, from the heat. Okay, I judge that spiritually, you know what I mean, how the Lord have us out here, you know, and is a hedge for us. Okay, you gotta, of course, think of all of that, you know, because the Lord is speaking, you know, he's speaking very, very loud, and he wants us, of course, as spiritual men to be able to know this, know where he is, you know, as the scriptures say that the Lord is, his incorruptible spirit is in all things. All right, so you got that Job.
Job 33 verse 14. "For the heavenly Father speaketh once, yea twice, yet man perceiveth not."
Right, and the Lord be speaking. All right, but a man, his perception be off, mainly because his judgment is clouded by most of the noise, as I would say, of the various vices of this world. Okay, where a man would, like I see, a man would spend all his life giving it onto a woman. All right, only to end up finding out that she's been unfaithful to him. You know, and you like, how is that? You know, if you have, of course, the knowledge of Yahalba Shemi-Awashai, you would know that we are suffering various curses, and that we're not, to, of course, to put our strength into women. All right, and like I say, women, I liken it obviously spiritually too to these different philosophies and such. All right, you know, where you sitting there putting, oh, she's all my strength, this is my queen, you know, everything for her. I'm waiting for her. You know, maybe time would be nice to me. Maybe she'll come back. Hey, we gotta be focused on who we coming back to right now, which is Yahalba Shemi-Awashai, and Yahalba Shemi-Awashai is not forsaking us. You know, at least we drop our plow and such. You know what I mean? Which we're not doing. Okay. So you got scriptures?
I'll get a.
Okay. You got something? Okay, so get real quick the book of Hosea chapter 13 and go to, you can start at 1. Yeah, start.
Hosea 13 verse 1.
Yeah.
When Ephraim spake trembling, he exalted himself in Israel. But when he offended in Baal, he died.
Yeah, it's speaking of course about the northern kingdom, so-called Latinos, all right, and Native Americans, all right, the northern kingdom, all right, which they're Israelites, you know, and like the scriptures, what they say, it's another one about how Ephraim, like the idols, different idol worship amongst Ephraim, how they multiply so much, you know, and you see a lot of these Ephraimites, they into a lot of different witchcraft, you know, a lot of, like I just seen a video of a chick literally doing she was teaching a love spell, you know, how to pretty much manifest a love interest, you know, and she was teaching straight up witchcraft, you know what I mean? And our people are into that, you know what I mean?
A whole bunch of likes, comments.
Yeah. Honey, it's the honey, the spirit, the honey. All right. As long as you don't swat, you're fine. All right, because I've got.
Is that what you do? Because I heard your lesson.
Oh, well, I got stung by the bee. Yeah, as long as you don't swat, don't, you know. But you'll be all right, you know. Because you know, I got stung by it wasn't like that. You'll be fine. Just be tempered. Just be calm. Just curious. They be curious, you know. See, it's curious. That's it. You know. You know, the animals react with us. You know what I mean? Remember, we got the spiritually. Like you said, we got the honey. You know what I mean? Or he might land on the stone. You know. All right. So go back ahead. Wait, what you got? The precept. How Ephraim basically like serve a lot of idols. Yeah, it's right. It did love it. I'm crying out for life. It's only gonna bother you. You might as well just roll with it, huh? Okay, go ahead.
Hosea 4 verse 16.
Right.
For Israel slided back as a backsliding heifer. Now the Lord Yahweh will feed him as a lamb in a large place. Verse 17, Ephraim is joined to idols, let him alone. Right,
it said Ephraim is joined to idols, leave him alone. All right, and a lot of course, you know, Ephraimites, you know, and really, like I said, Ephraim represent the house of Yakalba or Jacob, the house of, Joseph, the northern kingdom. All right,
right there.
Yeah, it's just going to, Okay, yeah, so, you know, what is it, on me?
Yeah.
Oh,
right there.
yeah, so, you know, man. Hey, that's what it is, but, that mug went to my face.
They must have like a hive.
Yeah, they might got a hive under here, man. We can't swat, though, it just, you know what I mean, I swat it, though.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Yeah, slot. But yeah, they bounce off your face and stuff. Yeah. But it's like it. But yeah, let me see. Let me get this. But yeah, like they Ephraim joined onto these idols and stuff, multiplying. You know, Roman Catholicism. You know, they be all into, like I said, all these different other gods and idols and stuff out there to get all this power and stuff. But hey, the power is with Yakalba Page. It's not with these different idols and all of that. All right, so go now back to the
Hosea 13 verse 2. And now they sin more and more.
Yeah, and they sin more and more. You know, their sins have been multiplied because when you serve different idols, it's gonna cause you to do more sins. You breaking. All right, you're supposed to put the Lord first. All right, you're not, as in Exodus the 20th chapter. Yeah. You ain't supposed to put nothing above Yahweh. All right. You ain't supposed to put nothing before Yahweh Shai. All right. You do the various idolatry. It expects you to do different, like I say, different types of sacrifices, things that are unclean and unlawful. All right, to another god. So then you're doing fornication or adultery. Okay, or na'at in Hebrew. All right, which we're of course we're joined onto our power. My brothers gotta get that precept. Because remember, the nation of Israel, is the portion of Yakalba Page, and that goes with all the tribes, not just Ephraim, all right, not just Judah, all right, and all the tribes of Israel, okay? Brother, when y'all get that other scripture I quoted. But yeah, you know, yeah, keep going.
Verse 2.
84 today, that's why.
Hosea 13, verse 2. And now they sin more and more, and have made them molten images of silver and idols according to their own understanding.
Right.
All of it the work of the craftsmen. They say of them, let the men that sacrifice kiss the calves.
Right, and just go into idol worship, you know, and you know, as what we gotta get, I think it might be a Wisdom of Solomon or Ecclesiastes to talk about how the devising of idols at the beginning, spiritual fornication.
Oh yeah, that's
find that. You're gonna go a little bit into that. Okay, and you know, our people be heavy into all these, like you say, they got mazabak, they got altars in their house. Well, the B came back again. Yeah.
Always run out of bees.
Yeah. Or whatever it is, I don't even know. Yeah, look, he just it's like you, man. We might have to put a rebuke for the B, man. B, the die, B. The died. I don't know what the D is. Dabaq. Okay. Yeah. The died Dabaq. It died. We got the work to do. But yeah, you know. Hey, you know, remember, we're gonna go back to the creatures. They gonna start being more obedient to us, and we're gonna be in league with the beasts of the field. You know, even though, of course, that bee was troubling us a little bit, or I say curious enough, again, came back again. The Lord gonna put us in league, and meaning in union with Him. All right, that's what we're looking forward to. So,
yeah, I got it.
All right.
This Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 12.
All right.
For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication.
Right, which that's devising going to a thinking and inventing, all right, which it goes into really thinking and stuff, and you put it together, all right? You know, which, like I said, that's going to be from, what, a left-hand side inspiration, okay? Go ahead. Which is through Satan, okay? Go ahead.
For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication. And the invention of them, the corruption of life.
Yeah. And with that, of course, the corruption defiles you, all right? And you go, of course, it brings you to what? Perverseness and such, all right? Which you're not supposed to do, all right? Now go to Romans chapter 1. And it's going to be, I think, around like 24 possibly, or might be a bit above. No, it's going yeah, but not the uncleanliness. It's a bit. Is going to talk about the idolatry, creation of that too, and serving the Creator, like that things. Romans chapter 1. And start at where you at? Okay. Yeah, you can start there. Just start there. I see. It'll come out. Yep. Go ahead. Yep.
Romans 1 verse 21.
Yeah.
Because that when they knew the Heavenly Father, they glorified Him not as a power, neither were they thankful, but became vain in their imaginations.
Right, became vain, empty in their imaginations, their thoughts. Okay, go ahead.
And their foolish heart was darkened.
Right. So then, of course, then when they become darkened, being not without the knowledge, okay, and because of them being without the knowledge, that's how they become what? Dead. Okay. Because remember, brother's going to have to get the Proverbs for the wandering out away to the dead. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Brother going to get it. All right? Because when you, of course, go out of the way of understanding, being separate, or being a holy nation separate to the Lord, all right? You are no longer in the light, all right? Which we are living because of this truth, all right? Spiritually. All right, I see a lot of Jake, like I say, in the world. You know, when I take this train to come down here and stuff, I just seeing a Judite man, about young, look like he's like in his 20s. He was trying to hide his arm. He had a big sore right there in the middle of right here, huge, because what he doing? He injecting fentanyl, or the Fetty, or which it got the xylazine within it. All right. They mixing, of course, the drug dealers are mixing all these different chemicals, which that's nothing but sorcery, all right? And they doing it, of course, to what? A lot of Jake trying to escape the pain, but you don't know that you are now open to demonic portals of demons that don't destroy you. You know what I mean? He wandering about. He just went from Somerset to Huntington. Dude, you could have walked that, you know, but they wandering about looking for the money so that they could buy the drugs, or, you know what I mean? They going in and stealing, all right? That's what, of course, these idols and these demons do, all right? It promotes you to perverseness, forwardness, all right? So what y'all, you got?
The Proverbs.
Okay, all right, read the Proverbs, and what you got?
By like the idols, wisdom in Solomon 13.
Okay. So, all right, hold the Proverbs and finish reading that. Then I'm going to tell you when to bring it up. All right, go ahead.
Oh, no, it's another chapter.
Okay. It's another one? Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
This wisdom in Solomon 13:1. Surely vain are all men by nature,
right?
Who are ignorant of the Most High.
Right, not knowing the Most High. All right, so when you see these dudes that call themselves to be enlightened or conscious and stuff, they're actually vain, all right? You know, and they destitute of the wisdom, which, like I said, this makes them dead. Go ahead.
And cannot out of the good things that are seen know him that is.
Right, so this is another reason why Yakalba Shai ain't going to the certain men. All right? Read that last bit of the verse.
And it says, and cannot out of the good things that are seen know him that is.
That's right. They can't know him that is. Why? Because they have chosen these idols over Yakalba Shai.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, all these things you see on the earth, people don't acknowledge Yakalba Shai for. You know, they don't acknowledge the Lord, that the Lord created these things.
Yeah.
Like this Scientology teaches you that everything just came up on its own. You know what I'm saying? Like something just blew up, and then you know the Earth just formed. And the Earth with atoms, and the Earth had another planet after billions of years. You know, slowly rotated into spherical form.
Delicious soul.
Yeah, that's you know that's basically what
these complicated vain philosophies that Esau came up with.
Yeah, basically the whole world is deceived. You know, and basically just acknowledge that the Lord is the one who created all these things.
Yeah, right. You know, it's a simple explanation how everything came about.
Yeah.
All right. You know, but Esau likes to complicate things and make it seem like this and that. You know, break it down to the atom molecular level and this and that. Because Esau is a carnal man, spreading confusion. All right, he doesn't want to give the Most High's credit.
Yes. Right. So keep on going on. It says, and cannot out of the good things that are seen know him that is, neither by considering the works did they acknowledge the workmaster.
Right, and remember the works is the creation, Aisha, all right, are what is creation in the Hebrew? Create.
Bariyah.
Yeah, Bariyah, all right? You know, and it's the Lord, Yahweh Shai, and Elohim that create everything, all right? But, of course, they want to, go from that. You know, they want to go astray from the credit towards Yahweh Shai. Instead, give the credit to idols, you know.
I think Bariyah is covenant.
Yeah, covenant Bariyah. Bara'ah might be Bara'ah. You guys look it up. I create Bara'ah. Sorry.
Yeah,
right.
Bara'ah.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
create.
I remember that one.
Right. Yeah, they may look at something in the scriptures and be like, "Yo, this is like scientifically impossible," or like, this goes against science, but they don't realize, that the Most High can do what He pleases. He can create what He pleases. All right, it's a supernatural being.
Yep.
Quick precept to back that up real quick. 1 Corinthians 3 verse 19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Heavenly Father.
Any amount of miles.
He taketh the wise in their own pattern.
Right.
Yeah, to believe that we walked out of the water, it's foolish.
Yeah. Thinking that we came from monkeys.
Yeah, these people want to be like, we just live in Earth, thousands of other galaxies, our existence don't matter, this and that, trying to, have their own little vain philosophies. That's the wisdom of this world. Right?
Yeah, their philosophy is sloppy. Their philosophy is our DNA is close to monkeys. Yeah. But all of our DNA is the whole Earth is plants, animals. Yeah. It's similar. Yeah. You know, so we come from Earth. But then they try to just think, and the Esau can't see everything anyway. Yeah. But everything that's terrestrial has similar DNA.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of these people, they try to look at, signs as a standard. You know, whenever you want to believe on the truth, you know, of the scriptures, you know, that's just a religion. Which really, signs is a religion. You know what I'm saying? Which the whole world has been deceived into believing. You know what I'm saying?
They all agree on it. They say peer review. That doesn't mean a circle of people agree on a subject. That's all it means. It don't mean it's the truth. It means they all agree on it.
Exactly. Yeah. And you know, when you come up with the Bible, with the truth, they want to label it as a conspiracy, right? They want to make it a conspiracy, but when they bring up the, you know, the Big Bang and stuff like that, that's a theory, though. Oh, that's a Big Bang theory. They don't call those type of things because some wants you to, you know, gravitate towards the wisdom of this world. Exactly. So they keep on going on, verse 2. But deem either fire or wind or swift air or the circle of the stars.
Right, and so you seeing the various elements, all right, talking about the different elements. And like I said, when you start getting into like I said, that left hand side, that witchcraft and stuff, they start giving a lot of praises to these different elements, trees, these different spirits. And you even seen how like Gad was going off too and stuff. You know what I mean? But remember, it's the creator, Yahweh. Or Yahweh shot, all right, who all the glory belongs to. Right?
Yeah, they go to the ancient world to start their businesses. Yeah. They name it like after names
of
like the ancient Greeks. Like Midas, Nike. Yeah. What was it? Apple? You sold the first computer for $666. Yeah. Know about that? Yeah. The first Mac was $666. Oh, so he's trying to tell me this dude just for some reason has found the Steve Jobs and the other guy that he went into business with just decided on that number. Yeah. Like, come on, man, they were into the cult. Yeah, somehow, some way, either their parents were, they just passed it down to them, whatever. They shit that happens like these businesses. We only know part of it. We don't know like the deep. Well, we know because of the scriptures.
It's like Mark Zuckerberg when he was being interviewed. They're like, oh, what's on the inside of your coat? And the inside coat is an all-seeing eye. Like
like come on, man. Like to us, to the public, it's just he's just this guy that had a great idea. That may be, but again, who was his parents? Who was he set up by? You got to consider that too. Not just he had a great idea. He had a great idea for MS-DOS, a great idea for the Apple hardware, but again, who are these people actually beyond their idea?
Yeah, and a lot of the ways you can tell is like, you know, you be seeing the company symbols, you know, company logos like Disney, got like 3 6s. You see Chick-fil-A, got 3 6. You see
Chick-fil-A,
you know, got the Hebrew,
Monster Energy.
Monster Energy drink. Yeah. Yes, and like I said, these idols, like I said, they paid a homage to these idols, you know, in these products and stuff. You know what I mean?
Get that Psalm 64.
Right. Hiding from the secret counsel of the wicked. Yeah.
Look up secret or council. I believe it means a circle of people sitting in a circle. I think.
Get that. You got the Psalm?
Want me to finish?
Yeah. You can finish. Okay.
But it says verse 2 Wisdom and Solomon.
Get the Psalms. Yeah, 64. Yeah, go ahead, Saga.
It said Wisdom and Solomon 13:2. But deem either fire or wind or the swift air or the circle of the stars or the violent water or the lights of heaven to be the gods which govern the world.
Right, you know. And like I said, you start getting into a lot of the different Greek and Roman mythology, which, like I said, we made that up and stuff. Say you got this is this element, this is that, this person did this and this idol created this, you know, and etc. This is Zeus is the god of this certain thunder, whatever, you know what I mean? You get into all of that, all right? And like I say, it's really Yakalba Page that created it all. All right, so you got that?
Yeah.
All right.
It's Psalm 64:2. It says, I'll start verse 1. This is the chief position of Psalm of David. Hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life.
Which, when that go into that hear my voice is going to hear my complaints. All right, when you go look into it in the Hebrew. All right, in which we have so much. King David has so much complaints and stuff too. You know what I mean? Being vexed, of course, by this world. All right, go ahead. Just as his son Solomon did. All right, go ahead.
It says, preserve my life from fear of the enemy.
Right.
Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
Right, so the brother gonna go now into, you know, the Hebrew real quick, you know, and you know, you go into the object of dread is going into the fear. When you're looking in the Hebrew, and you you have different, of course, objects of dread, particularly the Sharat. You know, the Sharat, you know, with all of these different various poisons in which they want, like now all of a sudden, okay, medicine, their medicine is being promoted at an all-time high. You see all these new diseases being drawn up all of a sudden, which the Lord already prophesied and told us that there's going to be pestilences, all right, plural, all right, and earthquakes in diverse places. These are what some of the watching are the signs, to look, you know, kaya for by Quatazai in the end, or yeah, in the end, Quatazai. Yep, go ahead.
Yep. So we go to the word secret council. Sawad. So it says in the base form it says council, assembly, council of familiar conversation, secret council.
Right, it said a familiar conversation.
Yep. Okay,
which a familiar behavior, you know, a familiar fashion and such, which you go into the whole ways in thinking in the Book of Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter. Your brother can, you know, I think Barzal holding on that. We're gonna get into it a wee bit because they of course think very, very carnal. And as they use all of these different creations, all right, for the short time they know if they ruling for it, all right, you know, because they in a live in a moment type of vibe, all right, because we know that Esau knows that who got the blessing. The blessing goes to Jacob, all right, Israel, all right, which are so-called Negroes, Latinos, named Americans, all right. And he, of course, done sold his birthright being a carnal man, okay? And so him knowing, like I said, him knowing his actual lot. So when you see them living it up and having the cream of the crop and they really into the things they do, why? It's because they know this is their last time to be on top, all right? Because we're going to have everything, the rule of Mashal, La'ai-Walam, Wa'ait, forever and to ever, all right?
Yeah, there's a little more, yes. Getting more to the point. So now when you go to the Strong's definition, from page 3245, it says a session, an example, a company of persons in close deliberation.
Right, in which they're they devising different breathing together conspiracies, all right? How to shoot in at secret at perfect Israelites.
Different schemes and plans.
Schemes and plots, numerous, you know? In which, as we are being enlightened by Yakalba Page, we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. All right, when you go into device, it also go into thinking too as well. All right, Chashab. All right, go ahead.
Yep, and then if you go more into that Strong's word, if you go into the Hebrew lexicon that Blue Letter Bible uses, so if you go into the lexicon, it says a sitting together, an assembly, either of friends or familiar conversing, or of judges consulting together.
Read that again, Saka.
Yep. It says a sitting together, an assembly.
Right, assembly.
Either
our
friends,
union, our confederacy. All right, like you got different League of Nations. All right, these different Bilderberg groups. You know, these different think tanks and all that. That are in the dark doing wickedness. All right, go ahead.
It says
Shalom,
deliberation or a council.
Yeah, deliberation. You know, and they casting forth different sentences of judgment on the left hand side. All right, against the world. It's not a coincidence the whole world was in lockdown for 2 years and such, all right? And more lockdowns and more pestilences, all right? More droughts, more famine. You know, a lot, of course, you know, Yakalba Page set it up, but he used the wicked to bring it forth, all right? So go to, get that bars all over.
It's like, I just want to use this as an example. This is, you know, the council that they be having. So this is from that movie Branded here. I like to quote a lot, but you can see right here. You see that all these people together, and they basically try to converse about some sort of wickedness, about basically making everybody fucking fat. They're trying to get these fast food industries more money. and this is that council. This is that assembly.
Seen that movie Blog?
And he's an Edomite over here with a whole bunch of other, high-level executives.
Yeah, elite.
Yeah, elite.
You know what I mean? And like